This is CBS 46 News at 6:30. Getting results.
It's a cold start in the 30s and 40s, but we're on our way to the low 60s by lunchtime and even warmer than that by later this afternoon. May make a run at record high.
A man goes on Facebook Live exposing a Georgia man who he says is a pedophile. I'll have details in a CBS 46 exclusive.
What China did in keeping this a secret, even though they knew it was happening, is a disgrace. It's causing panic around the world.
The coronavirus is spreading worldwide. Now some lawmakers are blaming China for the global outbreak. Good morning. It's Monday, February 3rd. I'm Gervier Denza.
And I'm Karen Greer. Thank you so much for waking up with us. We're going to check in now for Atlanta's most accurate forecast. Meteorologist Fred Campagna says it's going to be in the 70s.
Yes, on our way to the 70s and maybe the warmest day that we've seen since late November today. The temperature this morning is in the 30s and 40s, so you'll need the coat or the jacket this morning depending on where you are. 44 for Atlanta. In fact, it's 29 right now up in Blairsville, 32 for LJ, but a quick warm up is on the way. Unlike yesterday where it took a long time for the temperature to warm through the 50s, by midday today it should already be in the 60s, 63 at noontime, up to about 70 to 74 or so this afternoon. If that temperature is off by just a couple, 3 degrees, could see that record high in jeopardy. The record high is 76 at 25 years ago. We're going for 73 this afternoon in Atlanta. Let's check in now with Rodney and find out what's going on the roadways early this morning. Hi, Rodney.
Good morning to you, Fred. Here's a live look at the connector. This is northbound around University. Right before you hit I-20, we have a report of a crash in the area, and your traffic is certainly slowing down. So a heads up, slight delays from Langford Parkway up to 10th Street northbound. Your trip time is about 10 minutes, a little bit longer than normal. Here's a look at the reported crash on the real-time traffic map. So again, just a heads up as you travel on the connector northbound toward downtown. Everybody else is looking good early on your Monday morning. We'll keep you up to date on the connector and have more weather and traffic in under 10 minutes.
Breaking news right now. One man is dead after a shooting outside an adult entertainment club in northwest Atlanta. It happened in front of the Blue Flame, which is on Harwell Road. We've learned the victim is in his 20s. Right now, police are looking for a suspect. We'll have a live report on this coming up within the half hour.
Well, now to a story you'll see only here on CBS 46. A man tells us why he confronted a Carroll County man who he claims is a pedophile and plastered the confrontation all over social media.
CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm is live this morning. She's in Carrollton. Hey, Rebecca, this isn't the first time this man has done this. He sort of sees himself as a vigilante.
Yeah, he really does, Gervier and Karen. Good morning to you. He does the sort of thing that you sometimes see law enforcement officers do. In this case, he posed as a 15-year-old boy and went online. And when a man asks to meet up with him for a sexual encounter, well, watch this. He records the whole thing on Facebook Live.
I got the text messages. You're texting a 15-year-old boy. Stop right there.
Now, because of the sensitive nature of this, we're cropping the video so you can't see the face of the alleged pedophile. The man behind the camera explains that he is actually the person he exchanged texts with and that the guy is busted. We spoke with the man recording this. He asked us to refer to him by his first name, Matthias. He tells us he works alongside the group Bikers Against Child Abuse and that he has busted alleged pedophiles in Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee. He says this is the first time he's done this in Georgia. He says the reason he does this is because he has younger siblings and he wants to protect them and get pedophiles off the streets.
We will not stop until the pedophiles learn that preying on young innocent kids, whether it's a boy or a girl, we will not stop until every one of them is busted and shown for what they are.
Matthias tells us that he has a meeting this morning with investigators here at the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. We will let you know how it goes and if the man in that video ends up getting arrested. We're live in Carrollton this morning. Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
Thanks, Rebecca. The time now is 6:34, and this is going to be the first morning rush hour since 2 people were killed in this deadly accident. This happened on Interstate 85 in Gwinnett County over the weekend. The horrific crash on Jimmy Carter Boulevard shut down the interstate in both directions for 10 hours. So this is what authorities say happened. Gwinnett County police say a car was stopped in a lane on the interstate after it was involved in a separate accident. And that's when they say a fuel truck hit that car from behind. The victims have been identified as 31-year-old Emerald Lin, he was the driver of the car, and 44-year-old Jonas Warku was the driver of the truck. Police are still trying to figure out why that truck wasn't able to avoid hitting that car. GDOT crews had to repave that portion of the interstate because of severe damage. We can tell you that all lanes are back open this morning.
It is 25 minutes before 7. Developing in South Georgia, a Florida contractor is facing a murder charge after investigators found the body of one of his customers in a landfill in Folkston. 65-year-old Susan Malden disappeared in October after demanding a refund from 45-year-old Corey Benderum. Malden allegedly says he had not finished a job for her. Neighbors say it's chilling to know the sweet, kind woman who lived next door had been killed.
I look out every day to see if I see her. And she's not in the yard. She always was in her yard.
Benderum has been a person of interest in the case since November. Evidence from Malden's home pointed them to a nearby landfill, and more than 200 investigators went through 7,300 tons of debris to find her body.
Smyrna police have identified a man hit and killed at a busy intersection. The victim is 65-year-old Roy Solomon. He was hit on Windy Hill Road and South Cobb Drive Saturday night. Police would like to hear from anybody who may have seen the accident.
It is 24 minutes before 7. A student and her boyfriend charged in the murder of a Clark Atlanta University student are due back in court next week. Last week, a grand jury formally charged Jordan Jones and Barron Brantley for the murder of Jones's roommate, Alexis Crawford. According to the indictment, the couple suffocated Crawford with a garbage bag. They then reportedly put her body in a trash bin and dumped it in a DeKalb County park. Now they're facing multiple charges, including felony murder, aggravated assault, and false imprisonment.
At 6:36, we want to get you caught up on the latest on the coronavirus now. There are now 11 cases of the coronavirus here in the United States. That's up from 8 yesterday. Over the weekend, a Boston man tested positive. The student in his 20s returned from Wuhan, China last Tuesday. That was one day before Logan Airport started screening for the virus. He's being monitored at his home now. Meantime, a Massachusetts senator is blaming China for mishandling the outbreak.
If they want to be a part of the world economy, then they have a responsibility that when they know there's a disease that is contagious, that they put out a warning.
The first death outside of China was reported yesterday. That was a 44-year-old Chinese man who died in the Philippines just days after he flew in from Wuhan, which is the city at the center of the outbreak.
It's 6:37, and Delta Airlines temporarily suspending all flights to and from China because of the coronavirus. Delta usually flies 42 flights a week between the U.S. and China, but starting Thursday, February 6th, Delta is suspending all of the flights through April 30th. If you had a flight in this time frame, you can go to delta.com to request a refund, get new accommodations for after April 30th, or discuss any other options you may have.
And there are also new security directives to airlines. It's now mandatory for all airlines to screen all passengers booked on flights from outside of the United States if they've been to mainland China in the last 14 days. American citizens returning from mainland China will undergo health screenings at select ports of entry and face up to 14 days of self-monitored quarantine.
It's 6:38 here at the live desk, and while you were sleeping, the celebration in Kansas City continued. In fact, they're still up partying right now after last night's thrilling come-from-behind win in Super Bowl 54 down in Miami. And if you went to bed early like us here in the studio, well, you missed a heck of a game. We'll take you to the highlights now, and you can see here that early on it looked like San Francisco was going to walk away with this one as they scored the touchdown here. This tied the game at 10. They went into half at 10. There was some clock mismanagement that's being questioned this morning, but in the second half, it was all San Francisco, at least for the first quarter and a half. And then you get all the way to the fourth quarter, and here comes Kansas City. You never give Patrick Mahomes too many opportunities. Finds Kelsey in the back of the end zone there to go up, and Kansas City just went rolling. The final score here was 31-20, and Kansas City was able to capture its first Super Bowl win in 50 years. This was really the nail in the coffin there for the San Francisco 49ers. The Kansas City Chiefs winning this one. This is a great sight here. Fans in Kansas City taking to the streets after that Super Bowl. They won. Again, they had not won a Super Bowl since Super Bowl number 4. And then there was this morning. Fans, it looks like Black Friday, right? running into the store as soon as the game ended. They were picking up their championship gear. As a Patriots fan, I've done that myself a lot of times, and there was no better feeling than when you get the championship t-shirts. So you're going to probably need some t-shirts with the weather today.
Morning with Fred.
Well, Rodney, weather not an issue for us on this morning's commute or this evening's commute. We'll see a decent dose of sunshine today. And how about this warm up coming our way as we go from the 30s and 40s this morning to by this evening's commute, the temperature will be in the lower 70s. And the warm weather sticking with us for most of this week, maybe not up into the 70s, but above normal temperatures for days to come. Also increasing shower risk for us as we go through the next several days. You can see it getting up above 50% over the next couple of days. This morning, wide-ranging temperatures about low to mid 40s throughout most of the Atlanta metro area. You get into the northern suburbs though, and it's in the 30s early on. It's close to 30 up in the North Georgia mountains. A few thin clouds streaming through, and that's what we'll see during the day today. Enough sunshine that we warm to near record high temperatures. So spring-like warmth for us this afternoon. 60s at lunchtime. There we go, about 70 to 75 by mid to late afternoon, 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Mild overnight tonight. Clouds come in. Now there could be some showers around for tomorrow morning's commute, and a scattered shower and thunderstorm threat is with us during the day tomorrow. Temperatures are still at least 10 degrees warmer than normal tomorrow and will be much warmer than normal again on Wednesday. Although on Wednesday, there is a slightly better chance of some strong to severe storms, a low risk of severe storms generally southwest of Atlanta on Wednesday. That threat may move off to the north and east and into our entire area on Thursday. At a minimum, we're looking at some heavy rain coming our way on Thursday, and there could be some strong to severe storms. So definitely stay in touch with the forecast over the next several days. We'll be updating on Facebook, on Twitter, and on the CBS46 app as well with that threat of severe weather for us on Thursday. Heavy rain Thursday night, drying out on Friday, turning cooler with the temperature closer to normal on Friday, around 53.